Hi, it's Ms. Whitaker again with more words of wisdom. We are going to be multiplying and dividing decimals, so pay extra close attention because there's different rules that you're going to have to make sure that you follow. When I multiply decimals, I go through and I pretend the decimals are not even there. 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 1 is 4. Then I have to count how many places are behind the decimal. There's a decimal, there's 1 place. There's a decimal, that makes my second place. So 1, 2 places in behind the decimal. Okay, let's try this one. If I have 0.12 times 0.4. Again, I'm not lining up my decimals. I only have to do that when I add or subtract. I'm going to go through and I'm going to multiply again. And I need 1, 2, 3 places in behind the decimal. So I count 1, 2. If I don't have enough, I have to put a 0 in the front and then my decimal. Let's try this one. 15 times 0.2. Again, I'm just going to go through, do my multiplication. Then I count, there's 1 place in behind the decimal. Then my answer has 1 place in behind the decimal. Okay, let's go to some division. Now there's 2 different types, so make sure you pay extra close attention to this. If I have 1.5 or 1 5/10 divided by 3. Now notice my divisor, my outside number, does not have a decimal. So I'm going to bring my decimal straight up. And I have 1 divided by 3. No, that won't go. So I'm going to use 15 divided by 3. That gives me a 5. 5 times 3 is 15. So that one worked out pretty easily. Let's try this. Okay, same thing. There is no decimal in my divisor or outside my house, so I'm going to bring this straight up. 1 divided by 3, okay, there's nothing. 0 times 3 is 0. 1 is left. 1 is smaller than 3. I bring down. 10 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. I subtract. 1 is smaller than 3. Bring down. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. So my answer is 0.035 or 35 thousandths. Okay, we're going to switch and I'm going to show you differently when we have a decimal in the divisor. Okay, if I have a decimal in my divisor, I can't. That is a no-no. No, you cannot have a decimal in your divisor. So what you do is you move it until it becomes a whole number. If I move that 1 place, I move that 1 place. Then I bring my decimal straight up. Then I'll say 3 will go into 5 how many times? 1. 1 times 3 is 3. I subtract. I have 2 left. Okay, with decimals, we don't have remainders. So I would put a 0 in here, bring down. 20 divided by 3 is 6. That gives me 18. I subtract. I have 2. I still have some. Got to bring down. I'm starting to see something happen though. Just go ahead and take care of our repeaters to start with. If something happens 3 times, then that is a repeating decimal. So I'm just going to put a little bar over the 6's because I know that those keep going and going and going. Okay, let's try another one. If I have 0.3 into 1.5. Again, I cannot have a decimal outside. I move it once, then I have to move this one once. That's where my new decimal is. That goes in 5 times. So 5 is my answer. If I have this, 0.03 on the outside and 6 on the inside. We've talked about this before. If you have a whole number and you don't see a decimal, then the decimal has to be in behind it. Well, I have to move this one 2 times, then this has to move 2 times. My empties get zeros, so my decimal's going to come straight up here. Now I have 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6, but I'm not through. I still have numbers. I have to bring down. What times 3 gives me 0 or close to it without going over? Well, 0. Still have another to bring down. What times 3 gives me 0? So my answer is 200. Hopefully this will help you with dividing decimals and multiplying decimals. It's real important to remember those rules.